Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia and I make lots of fitness content here on YouTube. So I hope that you enjoyed this 25-minute workout. Be sure to give it a like and subscribe down below, and let's get started. Before each exercise, I'll be demonstrating what the exercise will be. So our first exercise, we're touching the opposite hand to the opposite toe. This is a really great full body warm-up. We're going to be doing each exercise for 30 seconds and then resting. So here we go. Awesomeness. Great job with that first exercise. Now I'm going to demonstrate the second. We're going to be doing like a regular squat. Then when we come up from the squat, lifting up onto our tippy toes. Making sure that when we're doing the squat, we're pushing through the heels to get to the top of the squat and exploding through to the top onto our toes with the quads. We're going to be doing this one for 30 seconds on and then resting for another 30 seconds. Here we go. Awesomeness. Great job with that first exercise. Now I'm going to demonstrate the second. We're going to be doing like a regular squat. Then when we come up from the squat, lifting up onto our tippy toes. Making sure that when we're doing the squat, we're pushing through the heels to get to the top of the squat and exploding through to the top onto our toes with the quads. We're going to be doing this one for 30 seconds on and then resting for another 30 seconds. Here we go. Great job with that last exercise. Next I'll show you downward dog crunches, which is what we'll be doing on one leg for this next exercise. So you'll start in a tabletop position with your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders, then lift your hips up and back and push your heels to the ground to come into a downward dog. You'll raise your right leg and then bring it directly into your chest and come back up to that three-legged dog position. If this is too easy, you can also alternate this by bringing your right leg to your right elbow, then come back and then bring it to your chest, then come back and then bring it across your body to your left elbow. So again, that's the harder version of this exercise. But let's keep going from here. We just have under 30 seconds left of this exercise before we switch sides and do it on the left leg. Great job. So as I mentioned, the next exercise we're doing is the same thing, but on the left leg. So be sure to catch your breath here before we start getting set up for the downward dog crunches again. In just a few moments, you'll want to find your tabletop position so you can push up and back into a downward dog, then lift the left leg to prepare for your crunches. Again, you can either crunch directly to the middle of the chest or crunch to the same arm, middle of the chest, and opposite arm if that's too easy. Here we go. Awesome job. All right, for our next exercise, we're going to come into a regular high plank, or you can go into an elbow plank. Either works. I'm going to demonstrate using an elbow plank. So from here, once you get into your elbow plank, you're going to start walking each foot out to the side, alternating foots each time. So you're going to tap lightly as far out to the side as you can, and then bring your foot to the center. And we'll be doing this for 30 seconds, starting in just a few moments. Great job with those foot taps. The next exercise is going to engage different parts of the body. So we're going to come into a tabletop position, hands stacked under the shoulders and knees under the hips. From here, you're going to donkey kick the right leg up, then go into a knee push-up. You can also pop up and do a full push-up. Then you'll do the same thing with the left leg and push up again. So we're really working the glutes, the core, and the triceps here. All right, the next exercise we're going to be on our backs doing single leg glute bridges. So again, we'll be on the back. You're going to neutralize your spine by bringing your feet in close to your booty, and we're going to make sure that we're putting the pressure through the heels as we lift up with one leg. The other leg stays straight. You can either have it straight in front of you or straight above your hips. I prefer to do this above my hips, but here I'm demonstrating how you would do it with your leg in front of you. All right, let's go. All right, great job. Now let's give those booties and hamstrings a break, and we'll stay on our backs and work our core before we switch to do this exercise on the other leg. So first, you're going to hug your knees to your chest and lift your shoulder blades off the ground. Then you'll extend your hands and legs out in opposite directions while keeping your shoulder blades lifted the entire time. These are called full body stretches and are actually a Pilates-inspired movement. We'll be starting in just a few seconds. Awesome job with those full body stretches. Now we'll give the core another break and do single leg glute bridges with the other leg. So this time the left leg will be up straight or out in front of you, and you'll be lifting up from the floor with your right heel, really engaging your core, your glutes, and your hamstring as you lift up using your heel. All right, we'll be starting in just a few moments. Great job, you guys. Okay, this next exercise is a leg burner. We're gonna come back up onto our feet. We're gonna stand with the legs hip distance apart, and we're gonna be doing squat pulses. So you go into a squat and pulse down at the bottom, from the bottom of your range of motion into the middle of your range of motion and back. So I gave you a front and side view, so you should be able to tell what your body looks like in comparison to mine. And we're gonna start in just a few moments. Here we go. Great job, you made it through the squat pulses. Next, we're gonna come onto the ground on your stomach, and we're gonna be doing swimmers. So what this means is you'll lift your arms and legs off the mat using your back, and you're gonna tap the opposite hand and opposite leg to the floor. You can do this as slowly or as quickly as you are comfortable with. But this is great for your back and for your core. All right, we'll start in just a few moments. Awesome job with those swimmers. Now we get to rest for a whole minute before we repeat everything that we just did one more time. Awesome, all right, our minute is almost up, so I'm gonna demonstrate the exercise we'll begin the next round with. We're doing our opposite toe to hand touches. Great full body movement, and we'll be starting in just a few seconds. Great job, you guys. Our next exercise are the squats, where we explode up onto the toes at the top of the squat. So here I'm showing you from the front and from the side as a quick refresher before we get into it. We'll be starting in just a few moments, so get ready. Great job. We are way more than halfway through this workout. You've got this. Our next exercise are the half burpees, where we're doing the bottom half of a burpee, starting in an upright squat position, planting the hands and hopping the feet back to the mat, and then back up to the hands. Again, if you can't hop your feet back, feel free to step your feet back and keep your core engaged throughout the entire movement. We'll be starting in just a few seconds. Great job. So the next exercise are the downward dog crunches. We'll be starting with the right leg. So let's go ahead and get set up for that. You'll come into a tabletop position, pop the heels up and back, pushing the hips up and back, raise the right leg, and then we'll begin crunching. Again, you can either crunch directly to the middle of your chest, or you can alternate between your right arm, chest, and left arm to make it a little more difficult. We'll be starting in just a few seconds. Let's go. Great job with that movement. Let's take our well-deserved 30 seconds of rest before we repeat the same thing on the opposite side. Just take a few moments here to catch your breath, and then we'll start getting set up into our tabletop position so we can get up into downward dog crunches. All right, here we go. Tabletop, pop up and back to downward dog, and let's begin. Awesome job. All right, your next exercise is plank foot taps. So we'll come into a full plank. You can either be on your hands or on your elbows. This time I'll demonstrate on my hands. So you'll pop up into a full plank, and then you'll start tapping each foot to that same side. You can also come into an elbow plank, as I mentioned. We're just tapping to the side and then tapping back to center. You can do this as slowly or as quickly as you want, and we're going to start in just a few seconds. Great job with those plank foot taps. The next exercise will be in a tabletop position, doing our donkey kick to knee push-up. Again, you can also do a full push-up in between donkey kicks, but the premises is you do a donkey kick with one leg, then you go down into a push-up, and when you come back up, you do a donkey kick with the other leg, and we continue this cycle for 30 seconds. Ready? Let's go. Great job. Your next exercise is going to be on your back. We'll be doing single leg glute bridges. So you'll come onto the back and neutralize the spine by bending the knees and placing the feet closer to your butt. And from here, you're going to straighten one leg. Here I'm going to straighten my right leg. You can either have it out in front of you or above you. I'm demonstrating it above me. And then you're going to push through your left heel to raise your hips up to the sky as far as you can and engage your core, glutes, and hamstrings throughout. Here we go. Great job. Now let's give the lower body a rest and work the core. We're going to be doing our full body stretches, so you'll start by hugging your knees to your chest and lifting your shoulders off the ground. From here, keeping the shoulder blades off the ground, we're extending the arms and legs out in opposite directions and coming back to hug the knees. All right, we'll start in just a few moments. Great job with those full body stretches. Now we'll come back to working the lower body, doing our single leg glute bridge, this time working the right leg so the left leg is straight, and we're lifting up with the right heel, pushing the hips as far to the sky as they will go. You can also, again, have your leg in front of you instead of above you, but I just preferred above. All right, here we go. We're starting in just a few seconds. Great job, you guys. We are so close to being done with this workout. Okay, the next exercise is our leg burner. We're doing pulse squats or squat pulses, however you'd like to call them. We're coming into a position with our feet hip distance apart, going into like a regular squat, and then pulsing, pushing up through the heels at the bottom of the movement, and we're going to pulse the entire time for 30 seconds. If you need to take a break, you can just complete a full squat repetition and then continue pulsing. Here we go. All right, keep pushing through these pulses. I know it burns, but you can do this. We're almost done with this exercise. Great job. Okay, now we'll put those legs to rest. We'll come onto the floor on your stomach, and we're gonna do our swimmers again. So once you're on your stomach, you're gonna lift your arms and legs straight up using your back. Then we're gonna paddle or swim with each limb. So we're lifting the opposite arm and leg up and then tapping the other arm and leg down to the ground. You can do this as slowly or quickly as you'd like, and we're starting in just a few seconds, so get ready. And here we go. All right. Keep tapping. We're almost at the end of this workout. If you want a little more of a challenge, try to speed up this movement. Keep your chest lifted off the ground. Keep those thighs lifted off the ground when you're not tapping the foot down. We're almost there. Great job. And to finish this workout off strong, we're going to be doing flutter kicks. Here's me checking my notes, but we're going to turn onto the back and you're going to lay down on your back. Then you're going to place your hands behind your head and lift your shoulder blades off the ground, lift your feet off the ground, and take turns tapping each heel to the ground. You're going to try to keep this up for as long as you can. We're going to go for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay guys, that was it. You just finished your 25-minute full body HIIT workout. I hope you enjoyed this low impact workout. If this was something that you liked, please tell me below by pushing the like button or subscribing to my channel so you don't miss any more workouts or fun fitness content. I hope to see you back on my channel soon, but for now, this is goodbye.